Welcome to the first session of 5 meditation sessions in Gentle January. My name is Danette, and I am so happy to be sitting with you in meditation today. The intention for these sessions is for allow us to grow gently and incrementally in our ability to attend to the present moment, so to pay attention, in fact. Over the 5 weeks, the 20-minute sessions will help us build our concentration skills, allow us to sit with whatever comes up, and then also allow us to explore stillness. So much of yoga is about exploring movement and all different kinds of movement. So it's a nice complementary practice to occasionally explore what stillness is like. For those of you who feel that you're not able to sit for too long, you think it's just you're not who you are, it's not how you're made, you always like to be moving. I'm going to suggest that you give this a try anyway, knowing that we are going to explore the movement, not be controlled by it. Explore the stillness and not be controlled by it. There will always be opportunity for movements, small and large, whatever works best for you. The method of achieving this incremental growth in our ability to concentrate and attend to the present moment is going to be like this. Each session of 20 minutes will have a mindful activity, and then it will have some silent meditative sitting. And then we'll grow. So this mindful activity will become less, and the quiet and silent sitting will become more in each session. Again, helping us to do it slowly and progressively. Meditation, even silent meditation, doesn't necessarily need to be completely silent. So we want to learn how to sit with whatever comes up. So it's okay if your space isn't silent. But if it's exceptionally distracting for you, maybe you can find a way like using headsets or finding a smaller, quieter room away from the noise and distraction in your space. So I hope you had a chance to watch the introductory video that was made about the different ways that you can sit, whether it's sitting on a cushion, on a chair, laying down. If you need to watch that video or re-watch it to be reminded, please pause this video at any time so that you can watch that video again and choose which one works for you. Each session, it might be different. For this session, I'd like to be able to start with a body scan. And for me, my favorite way to do a body scan is to lay out on your mat as if you were doing Shavasana. So feel free to make your mat now comfortable with a pillow underneath your head, maybe a blanket underneath your shoulders. You can have your calves up on a chair or on a coffee table. And if you want to have a wrap or a throw kind of on top of you to make you feel comfortable, then please go ahead and get that ready for you now. While you're getting that ready, I'll tell you a little bit about body scans. It's a type of activity, a mindful activity that is really great to help us notice with our mind what's happening with our bodies. So we'll do a scan all the way through our bodies in a systematic sort of way, and we'll get to notice with our minds. But we'll also be experiencing it with our body. So we're noticing what's happening with our body, and we're experiencing our body, experiencing what's happening. Clear as mud? Good. Okay, we'll keep working on that idea and concept as we go through these sessions together. The body scan is also very helpful and useful for people who might be experiencing a significant level of anxiety or fear, or maybe even chronic pain. Often in traditional mindfulness meditations, the focus is on the breath and watching the inhale and the exhale. For some people, this may be not very helpful or beneficial. So it might cause more anxiety. It might feel too stressful or too personal. Or if a person is in pain, it might feel too subtle and hard to access. So the body scan is helpful is that we are focusing on the external. We are looking at parts of our body as opposed to just focusing simply on the breath. So I hope that's helpful for you if you are struggling in any way, that you can still access these meditations by using an outside external thing to focus your attention on. So now, I hope you're prepared and laying down on your mat, comfortable. If you'd like to sit as I am, you can, but please choose whichever way works for you. And settle into whatever posture you have chosen, allowing the breath to slow And I like in situations like this to occasionally take a full inhale and then exhale with a sigh. So if you wish, you can inhale and sigh. And do it for several times, whatever works for you. And as you're settling into your posture, notice if you're holding yourself up or tense in any way. Is there any part of your body that's showing tension? There's a Chinese proverb that says, tension is who you think you should be, relaxation is who you are. If it feels right for you, feel as if your body is falling even deeper into the supports of your mat and the floor, and that the floor is rising up to meet you, to support you, so you can relax and rest back in. I'm not going to lie, you may fall asleep here. I have drifted off slightly in more body scans than I can count. But let's see if we can stay in this space of relaxed awareness. There's a sweet spot between effort and ease, and it's a relaxed awareness. So let's begin now the body scan with the top of your head. Bring your awareness and your attention to your scalp. Imagine you've just had a scalp massage and your scalp is tingling and relaxed. And then imagine that tingling and relaxing almost melts down the sides of your head, down your temples and onto your forehead, where you invite your forehead to soften. Remove any creases in your forehead by letting the eyebrows drop down. And remaining slow and steady in your breath, allow that softness and relaxation to move down towards your eyes. And imagine that your eyes are so soft and relaxed that they can soften back into their sockets. Soften the inner edges of your eyes and the outer edges. And just feel that melting relaxation traveling down your face, down your cheeks, and including your ears, and then both points of your jaw. Can you notice the left and then the right softening? And it helps if you can part your teeth slightly if that works for you. Bring the tongue to the roof of your mouth. And maybe you can even yawn or swallow to soften your throat. And if your attention has drifted away, that's okay. Resist the urge to judge yourself and then just come back to the next body part. As our throat is softening, our whole head and face now is soft and relaxed. And we're working from the throat down to the shoulders. Let them fall further back into the floor, into your mat. And then bring your awareness to your chest and see if there's any tightness or holding there, and see if letting the shoulders drop further back invites more softness in the chest. And then allow your mind's eye to travel down your right arm and then the left, and just feel the weight of each arm getting heavier and heavier, as if you have a weighted blanket on them, preventing them from lifting up. Travel down to your wrists, the palms of your hands, and all the way into your fingertips. The cool thing is that neural pathways are being created every time you bring yourself back when your mind wanders off to something else in the future or in the past. So there's no need to judge. You could just come back to the next part where you left off. Let's allow our mind to rest on our belly, That's often a source of tension for me and maybe for you. So letting it soften, sink back down in, not hold tension in it. And then if it feels comfortable for you, you can let your mind's eye go down to your pelvic area, your groin, and feel like those muscles right deep in your groin that are your fight or flight muscles. See if you can let them soften and know that right now it's okay just to rest here. So what do you think? Are you still with us? Invite your mind back if it's gone off onto a story it wants to follow. That's okay. Focusing now on our legs, maybe the right, maybe you want to choose the left first. And imagine that your legs are as heavy as tree trunks, that you couldn't lift them even if you tried. They're just so relaxed and falling into the ground. And then following that weight and relaxation down to your ankles, and then around to the soles, arches, balls of your feet, and all the way out through your toes. And as you lay here now, fully relaxed from head to toe, see if in your mind's eye you can imagine that someone has taken a giant paintbrush and started at the crown of your head and gone all the way down to the soles of your feet and painted you completely in. So you can notice this with your mind's eye, or you can try and sense it that your body is experiencing itself entirely, in its entirety, here, right now in your space. And then imagine if someone was to draw a line down the center of your body, starting at your forehead, all the way down the center, right to the soles of your feet. And then imagine if everything on the right side of that line softened and relaxed over to the right, and everything on the left side of that line relaxed and softened over to the left. Feel as if your body is just melting. And now we're going to finish this mindful activity, the body scan, and head into our 3 minutes of silent meditation. Feel free to stay in the position you're in now, whether it's laying or sitting, or if you're laying and you would prefer now to sit up into a seated position to do the 3 minutes of silent meditation, feel free to do that now. In the 3 minutes of silence, you can pretty much assume your mind is going to wander. Or if you're lying down still, you might feel like you want to fall asleep or answer emails in your head. Those are all very noble pursuits in their time, but for now, we're kind of aiming for the relaxed awareness. So if your mind does wander, or when your mind does wander, you can come back to your body part, to where your body is grounded, or to your breath if that works for you. But know this as we head into the 3 minutes, that there's an inherent joy and calmness in focusing on one thing at a time. So for the next 3 minutes, there is nothing to do, nowhere to go, no one to be. So sit with me in silence. And if your mind has wandered off to an adventure, just come on back. Cultivate the practice of coming back. And as we end our silent meditation, I invite you to bring awareness back to your body in your space. You can invite deep belly breaths and relaxing exhales. And if you want, you can let those deepening breaths become movements to bring awareness back to where you are. And now, in this position, wherever you are, whether it's sitting up or laying down, I'd like you to enjoy these words from one of my favorite poets, John O'Donohue. You have traveled too fast over false ground. Now your soul has come to take you back. Take refuge in your senses. Open up to all the small miracles you rushed through. Become inclined to watch the way of rain when it falls slow and free. Imitate the habit of twilight, taking time to open the well of color that fostered the brightness of day. Draw alongside the silence of stone until its calmness can claim you. Be excessively gentle with yourself. I am full of gratefulness for the teachers and traditions who have given form, function, and inspiration to these practices that we can enjoy today. So I am grateful for sharing this mindful time with you. May you be well.